Hello guys, welcome back to 1878 Blues, Everton v West Ham. This is a late match preview just because I've been busy and I'm going to the game tonight. So if anyone's there, meet up with me if you want. I'll be drinking around the bars outside the ground. And just before we get into this match preview as well, I'm doing the Everton Sleep House event. So if anyone wants to donate, comment below and we'll try and sort something else. I'll probably put the bio for the Just Giving page I've set up for this event. I'm trying to raise £150, so it'd be great if anyone could potentially donate towards it. So yeah, this game is big anyway, but obviously the news most people probably heard of, especially as we're playing West Ham, is that they've changed their manager from Potter to Nuno, which is very frustrating. Because I was, I paid the ticket for this game and I was really happy that I'm going and had this optimism to go, you know what, we drew against Villa, Potter's just not doing the job at West Ham, there's only a matter of time that he's going to get sacked, and this could be a game where we could absolutely roll them over, but it could also be just a typical Everton thing to go and lose the game. But anyway, that's not the case now. We've got a different opposition basically with Nuno. He's a very counter-attacking minded manager. What we've seen from him for Nottingham Forest. They're going to set up defensively, and we do struggle to break teams down like that in our recent history. So, and listen, I'm not going to say that was not going to be the case against Potter as well, but obviously Potter's just got a different way of playing, and again, defensively, they was woeful. So, it would have benefited us a lot more. But listen, we've got a Nuno against us now, and I hope they don't have a new manager bounce. It doesn't always happen. Ange Postecoglou hasn't done great up to now for Nottingham Forest. There's already cause for them to be removed from that position. So we've just got to make the atmosphere. It's the first night game in the Premier League at home. I did go to the other night game, funny enough, against Mansfield in the Cup, which obviously now is useless that we've won that game, and it was useless that I've went because I actually thought I was taking the competition seriously. This is the first one in the Premier League. We've just come back off a loss against Liverpool, a defeat against Wolves in the Cup. A loss here, there will be some concerns, especially when we did even win the other game at home against Aston Villa and we drew 0-0 and we didn't score. So we need to get back on track here. It's 3 games without a win. Things like this, if you go and don't win this game, or even worse, lose the game, it could create a bad mentality around the squad. The confidence will be dropped a little bit, and this is a game. Despite Nuno being in charge now for West Ham, he's only been there a couple of days, probably had 1 training session, 2 max. We have to still be winning this game. I think there's still questions over the West Ham team. I don't think their additions have been revitalising for them. Fernandes in the middle for them is a decent, tidy player, but obviously they've still got the threat of Bowen. Callum Wilson loves a goal against us, which is just fantastic that he'll probably be playing at some point tonight. We're just going to have to find a way. I do hope we don't play in a similar way in terms of let's just constantly give Jack Grealish the ball, and that's great in a sense, but when you don't have anyone overlapping him, it doesn't work out. And I think Moyes said in his press conference that Michalenko is out and Braithwaite. Now I know Braithwaite's definitely out, but I don't know if it's Michalenko or someone else, it might have been just Merlin Roll, to be honest. Which is a shame because I would have liked to see him play tonight. So if Mikalenko is playing, then at least that's an overlapping fullback, even though he's not particularly amazing going forward. It's just someone who gives that a bit more balance in that part of the pitch. And again, it worked out for Grealish when Mikalenko played as well. You know, it just provided him with so much more space and options. I would start Barry tonight. I think you can improve Barry, but you can't improve better. Barry's proven in other leagues that he's capable. He's more than capable. I don't know if he needs to work out harder in the gym or something, or be a bit more aggressive, which apparently that's just not his type of style of play and his character. But, you know, Everton forwards have been known to be aggressive, physical. So have a striker who doesn't seem to be any of that is a slight concern. And maybe times are changing, and maybe we need to be changing our philosophy to be more successful, and bring in players with different characteristics. But he's not doing the job for me up to now. But I maybe put better on him to start to ruffle some feathers with his physicality and that. But yeah, I need to see more from both of them. I really do. It's really hindering us at the moment, and this is something that we was all concerned about as well. But, you know, it's not easy. You know, we can't just expect to go and buy someone, a striker, who's worthy, who's got everything in the locker, because it's going to cost you about 80 million. And also, just because you've got the money doesn't mean you're going to get them. So I don't think it's been an easy task for them. I think out of any position on the pitch that they failed in, I feel sorry for them the most, the recruitment team and David Moyes, for the striker position, because it's not easy. It's just not easy. Also, just want to make a quick mention. I didn't like Moyes' press conference for the West Ham for this game, when comments about the Wolves game, and he's kind of just like abruptly moving it on, the conversation, the topic. It's gone now. What can you do? I didn't like that. You know, you should know, out of anyone who's ever taken charge at Everton, how long we've waited for a trophy, and the disappointments of just that many changes, some changes that wasn't needed that I've already spoken about. I just didn't like his attitude towards it, to be honest. I don't mind sometimes when you've lost a game, you crack on and move on, but when it comes to something like that, where us fans are a lot more sensitive in these cup games, because we don't do anything in these competitions anymore, we don't get far in them, and I thought it was a real good chance for us to get far in the competition. I thought, yeah, but we didn't, and I just didn't like his comments and his actions to the questions given to him. But yeah, listen, tough game tonight. I really don't know which way it can go. I've seen this before to Everton, and the timing of Nuno coming in is just fucking annoying. But I'm gonna say we're gonna win. And I think we actually will concede tonight for the first time at the stadium on a professional game. I think we'll win 2-1. And it'll be fucking stressful for the last 15 minutes. I can just feel it now. But anyway, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all soon.